what is UGC? What is this UGC that everyone's talking about? You have probably seen all over Instagram, all over TikTok, that creators are literally getting paid to create content for brands without needing a big following and also without needing to post this content on their own social media page. And I'm also living proof of it. So I started UGC back in 2022, 2021, and I was able to turn it into my full-time job within a year of me starting. And so based on like the information that I see on social media today, I feel like some of the advice is outdated. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys on what I would do if I were to start UGC all over again. So if you're wanting to turn UGC into your full-time job, you want to turn content creation into an actual business, then keep watching, because I also believe that you don't have an information problem, you have a clarity problem. So here on my channel, we will literally just simplify the whole entire process so you can start making money through your phone today. So we are going to get right into it. So I believe the very first step that you need to learn is actually understanding how to drive connection. Ever since TikTok introduced the algorithm, instead of us getting fed content based on who we follow, we now get fed content based on what we engage in or what we even binged watching in the past. So it was pretty safe to say that the algorithm pushes content people actually care about, which means the question is, how do you even get people to care? So since we all consume content, I kind of want you to think about it like this, because we all go on social media to kind of get something. We look up recipes, we look at places to visit near in the area. We also binge advice based on whatever phase of life that we're in right now. So as creators, our job is to now create content with the intent to give something. When I tell you every single video that you create now needs to leave the viewer with something that they did not have before. So whether that is an answer, a solution, a feeling of being understood, or even just like a meal idea that they're wanting to try. I'm telling you, without knowing how to drive connection or even evoke emotion, it is going to be nearly impossible to come up with content ideas that actually land or create videos that people actually care about. It really will all come down to how well you know the person that you are creating content for. So here's kind of where a lot of people get wrong when they start creating content. They tend to focus on what to say instead of what their viewer needs to hear. So they tend to ask themselves like, what trending audio should I use? What aesthetic should my feed look like? Or maybe even like what viral hook should I be copying, right? But the creators who actually drive connection ask themselves, who is this person I'm creating for? What are they feeling right now? What are they frustrated by or maybe confused about? What are they trying to figure out? What do they maybe need reassurance on? Or maybe what have you, kind of think about this, like what have you personally learned that would have helped you sooner? So being able to answer these questions is what is going to help you kind of write and direct your script or help you write better hooks as well. And also just create a compelling video overall. So here's an example of what this kind of looks like in practice. Say you want to make a video about like a pasta recipe, right? A version that does not drive connection would be you filming yourself making the pasta and captioning it something like my favorite comfort meal that tastes so good, I will never get over it. Something like that, right? It looks nice, it's maybe aesthetically pleasing, but it does not give the viewer a reason to stop scrolling because no problem is being solved and nothing really is being given. Now, before you completely scrap the idea, I want you to kind of think about who this video is actually for. So you want to ask yourself maybe like, what might someone be struggling with when it comes to cooking? Maybe they're tired of the same meals every week. Maybe they want cheaper meals. Maybe they want meals that kind of take like less than 30 minutes to make. So instead, you could actually open the video, make it a talking head, or even insert a voiceover asking or saying, if you are looking for a new meal to add to your weekly rotation, you need to try this pasta that takes less than 20 minutes to make. Now, literally, we took that same idea, we turned it into a video that actually speaks directly to someone who is actively looking for a solution. So we can take note that one, the pasta or like the content idea didn't change, but it was the intention behind how you framed it. And this is the difference between content people scroll past and content people save, share, and come back for. So as you continue to watch this video, keep coming back to this foundation. And before you create anything, I want you to ask yourself, does this make my viewer feel understood? And does this video give them something that they can actually leave with? Now, step 2 is building your portfolio. Now that you understand how to actually drive connection in your content, I want you to take that exact skill and apply it to your portfolio, because your portfolio, it's not just a collection of videos. And I feel like this is kind of where a lot of creators get a portfolio wrong. They think it's just a collection of videos where you just film about products, kind of show it off, maybe do an unboxing video and call it UGC, but that's not UGC. That's literally just product showcasing. So what brands are actually willing to pay for is content that speaks to their customer and also moves them closer to buying. And that comes back to everything that we covered in step 1. And also the best part is that you don't need to actually work with these brands to add them to your portfolio. You really just need proof that you can create content that drives connection for the brand. So what I want you to do is find 8 to 10 products that you already own, understand who these products are for, what their target audience is struggling with, or even take your own experience with the product as well, and figure out how you can place the product as a solution to the struggle, or even better yet, make it stand out from its competitors in the niche. So you have the foundational skills of driving connection through your content, and now you have a portfolio. Now step 3 is actually putting all what you've learned into play and getting into Canvas UGC. Now, I know this might sound controversial, okay, but just hear me out. If you're unfamiliar with what Canvas UGC is, it's essentially where you will create a whole new social media account for a brand, and your job is to basically grow that account for that brand. So the whole strategy behind this is you will position yourself as an expert in whatever the brand's niche is and organically promote the brand's product. And your job as a creator is to essentially run their consumers through the marketing funnel. So drive brand awareness toward their product to hopefully and successfully produce sales for the brand. And like I said, this is super controversial, but why I recommend creators take this route is because you will learn foundational skills that typically take creators 1 to 2 years to learn in just 1 to 2 months. So securing Canvas UGC typically looks like working on a month-to-month retainer basis. So you'll get paid around $750 to $2,000 a month, where you'll post 1 to 2 times every single day for the brand. And if you do the math right, you technically will get paid around like $25 to $50 a video. And I feel like a lot of people will see this as a lowball deal, not worth your time, it's too much work. However, this is why I highly recommend creators take on Canvas UGC. So number 1 is you genuinely will learn how to run consumers through the marketing funnel and actually can use this knowledge to your own advantage in your pitches. 2, since you're posting 1 to 2 times every single day, you really learn how to exercise your creative muscle. 3 is you'll be able to pinpoint where the brand might be lacking in and produce content to solve it. 4 is you can easily make $5,000 a month consistently. 5, you learn how to post consistently. 6, videos that you create for the brand usually takes less than, I swear, like 30 minutes of your day. So averagely, you are actually getting paid like $25 to $50 for less than an hour. 7 is you'll have so many success stories and analytics of growing social media pages for brands that you can add to your portfolio or even include in your pitches. And then lastly, I honestly just see it as a gateway to content creation and also building a successful online business, because you can actually apply these same strategies to your own personal brand and so much more, which we'll actually talk about more in this video. And genuinely, if I didn't do Canvas UGC like I did in the beginning of my journey, I was doing Canvas UGC for a good 8 months before I decided to kind of take my personal branding seriously. But if I didn't do Canvas UGC in the beginning of my journey, I really don't think my business would be where it is today because of the things that I mentioned before. And also remember, don't chase instant gratification or whatever gives you like a quick dopamine hit. I feel like landing like $1,000 brand deals for 3 videos is amazing, right? But they might only feel good in the moment. And I feel like Canvas UGC, it really does give you the experience, social proof, and knowledge that will benefit you in the long run. Now, at this point, you have learned how to drive connection through your content, you have a portfolio, and you also have probably grown social media accounts for other brands. And so naturally, your question might be, how do I apply all of this to myself? So let's start with the basics. What is a personal brand? If you take social media completely out of the picture, your personal brand is simply just how people perceive you. So if you put social media back into the picture, your job as a creator now is to learn how to take however people perceive you in real life and just translate that through content. I do want to preface, you are not creating a whole persona online. You are really just communicating who you already are through the videos that you make and the way that you show up consistently. And so here's why this matters so much as a UGC creator specifically. I feel like a lot of creators feel like they need to build a dedicated UGC page where they like post, this is a UGC example I made in like the food niche or the beauty niche. And while there is literally nothing wrong with that approach, you do not actually have to talk about UGC all the time to land UGC deals. So think about it this way, you can have UGC in your name, you can have it a portfolio linked in your bio, and you can have a few strong UGC examples kind of living on your page, performing on their own. And that literally is enough to signal to a brand what you do and what you are capable of. And I'm telling you, brands are also already searching for creators in their niche. And so your job is to really just make sure that when they do land on your page, they can immediately see you as a creator worth investing in. So as you start thinking about your personal brand, I want you to ask yourself these questions. So 1, how do people already perceive me in real life? 2, what do people come to me for advice on? 3, what have I personally been through that someone else is currently going through right now? And then 4th, what topics could I talk about consistently without it feeling forced? I also do have a full personal branding YouTube video, and I also share my complete personal branding strategy that I highly suggest that you check out after this video. It will literally walk you through exactly how to build a brand that attracts not only inbound brand deals, but also helps you grow your own community online, again, without needing to talk about UGC all the time. So by this point, you know how to create content that drives connection. You have a portfolio that shows brands what you can do, and you have a personal brand that positions you in front of the right people. But there is one skill that kind of determines whether all of that work actually converts into consistent income. And that's literally knowing how to navigate brand conversations. I feel like a lot of creators don't really know how to navigate brand conversations. And it's not because they're not talented or their content isn't good enough, but it's literally because like nobody taught them this part. So what ends up happening is one of these 3 things. They either accept whatever rate the brand sends them because they are scared that pushing back means that they're going to lose the deal. 2, they just don't know how to show their value in a way that convinces a brand to invest in the rate. Or 3, they tend to come off like they need the brand more than the brand needs them, which immediately will just shift the power of the conversation in their favor, making it so much harder to negotiate, harder to close, also harder to get the rate that they actually deserve. And I completely get it. Whenever a brand reaches out or responds to my pitch, or maybe I'm just in contact with the brand, I feel like the excitement starts to kick in. And the last thing you want to do is say the wrong thing or even like watch the deal fall apart. But here's what I want y'all to understand is that the way you show up in conversation is literally just as important as the content you create. Because when I tell you, brands aren't just buying your videos, they are deciding whether they want to work with you as a partner. And partners, they tend to lead conversations and not just kind of respond to them. So let's actually kind of deep dive into what leading a brand conversation actually looks like. And I feel like it really starts before you even send the pitch. So 1, you really need to start doing your research on the brand and understanding what they're kind of struggling in. And I actually put together a free brand partnership guide that kind of breaks this down Step by step, it covers exactly what to say, what to ask, and also what to send to land consistent brand deals. And it also will walk you through the whole mindset shift, what questions you should ask before you pitch, and also how to diagnose a brand's problem that they're having, and also how to pitch your services as the solution. All right, now step 6, I feel like is where a lot of people tend to kind of have less clarity on. So I want to really simplify this whole process, which is knowing how to package your offer, set your rates, and also just create a clean client experience. And I genuinely feel like this is kind of where a lot of people go from freelancer to running their content creation as a business. So again, like, you've done the work, you know how to drive connection, you have the skill sets, you have the social proof, and now this is also kind of part of knowing how to like take lead in brand conversations. And so let's kind of start with packages. So instead of quoting brands like a random number anytime like they reach out, I want you to have set packages kind of ready to go, because this will not only make you look more professional, but it really just makes the conversation easier for both you and the brand. Now, in terms of like creating a clean client experience, this is the part I feel like a lot of creators overlook, and it is literally exactly what turns one-time deal partnerships into long-term partnerships, and it genuinely will start before you even film a single second of your content. So I kind of want you to think about it like this. When you go to a restaurant and you don't know what to order, like, your waitress or your server, they don't just like hand you the menu and walk away. What they will tend to do is ask you questions, ask you what you're in the mood for, maybe if you want something light, something filling, if you're like avoiding anything, if you're like a vegetarian, I don't know. But based on their answers, or based on your answers, they will typically know exactly what to recommend. And this is kind of how they make the experience more personable and also leave you feeling satisfied. So now I kind of want you to flip the lens. So this is literally how I want you to start coming into brand conversation. So before you even like pitch a single concept, I want you to ask the brand questions that will help you understand what exactly they need. And this will kind of help you navigate what to even offer in your packages. So ask them who their target audience is, ask them what top performing content has worked for them so far. Maybe ask what they're trying to achieve, whether they're building or wanting to build trust, drive sales, reach a new audience, whatever it is. Maybe ask them what hasn't been working. Because the thing is, when you walk into a brand conversation already knowing like what to ask, two things happen. One, the brand feels understood and you get exactly the information you need to pitch concepts that are super specific and tailored to their goals. And it also becomes harder for them to say no. Now, the very last step, which I think is super key, especially if you want consistent income, is to pitch retainers to past clients. So a retainer is simply an ongoing agreement where a brand will pay you every single month for a set amount of videos. And the easiest retainer that you will ever pitch is to someone that you've already worked with, because they know your work, they trust your process. You don't have to sell yourself all from scratch. And also, the longer you work with a brand, the more valuable you become, because you understand their audience, their tone, and what is actually converting. And also, this is why I love retainers so much, because instead of working with like 100 brands every single month to hit $10,000 a month, you can actually work with 5 brands for like $2,000 every single month and still hit $10,000 that month. And this is also why I highly recommend creators get into Canvas UGC, because you can actually offer to handle these social medias for previous clients that you have worked with. And I feel like just stepping into a social media management role is such a natural step that even adds more value to the relationship that you have with the brand, and also a additional income stream for you. Now, everything that we did cover in this video is inside my school community called Call to Create, from pitching templates to a step-by-step plan, to portfolio templates, Notion templates, to even negotiation email convos I've had with brands. Everything is inside, and you can actually join for free using the 7-day free trial. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, also share it, and also comment what stuck out to you in this video, and I will go ahead and see you next week.